Hi, this is Margaret from Margaret's Crafts. I want to share a few little ideas that I've been working on the last couple days. The one is for anybody that does the smash book. Most smash books come with a plastic cover on it, and the plastic cover encases the ink pen also, so it doesn't get lost. But in order to work with your ink pen, you need your ink pen free unless you just leave it like that and do another one. So what I did was I took this little sleeve off, took my ink pen out, and then I clipped it right here on each side of my ink, where the ink pen loop is. Folded it over and then clipped that part off right there so that my little loop is free. Then I laid this part down and I took the clear packing tape, and I just taped it down, a good taping down, so that when my pages go back and forth, they won't slide on it. You know, it won't get caught on it. I did just a little piece at first and found that I needed to have the tape coming over further, so that's why I used the packing tape to lock it down. Now my ink pen goes right in there. I like to keep my book covered because I don't want the front getting all dirty or the back getting dirty while I'm working on it. So now I get to keep my plastic covering on there, and I get to keep my my pen loop is free. The next little thing that I have is this geotag. Find an ink pad. I was looking for a geotag and at the stores, and I couldn't find one. So I decided to give it a try. What I did was I took a piece of the rubber, plumber's gasket that we buy and we use with our Cuttlebug or your Big Shots. What I did was I just took my hole punch on the largest hole, punched a hole. I cut a little square, punched a hole in the middle of it, and then I just drew a teardrop. And it looks just like the geotag. And then all you do is cut it out. Okay, and I didn't get a real smooth cut because it's kind of hard to cut the rubber. But then what I did was I took a file and I kind of rounded it up on the part that I'm going to be using to stamp on. And I just kept working with that like that, just a couple minutes, until I got the shape that I wanted it to be. And let me show you what it looks like. Oh, and then what I did was I had adhered it with the I had put that the foam that you put on your stamps, the cling foam, and I had it on there, but it was so little that it kept sliding off. So what I did was I took this little teeny block that I don't use. I took a piece of dimensional foam, and I just put it on there and trimmed it around just like I would the other thing, and then I just stuck it on there. So this is on there permanently. So this is like my little, just the stamp pad for that. And I'll just ink it up. And there's my geotag. And I can stamp it in any color that I want to stamp it in. And it was just cut out of a little piece of rubber. Okay, the next little thing that I did was I had these, I bought these page adders for the Smash Books. And all you do is you put your page in, you put it through the top there and kind of like wiggle it down into the middle. And then there's adhesive on each side of here that you would peel off. You stick your page in, and then it just sticks down like that. And then your page or your item that you want to put in there will be able to flip back and forth through your book. So I made one up of my own because, for starters, some of these are not the colors that I want them to be. They're striped and all different kind of colors. And you can make them to match your page. You know, usually your two pages are very similar or something if you make your own books, or most books are. So what I did was I took a piece of cardstock that is 2.5 inches by 10 inches, and then I scored it at 1 1/4 inches. Okay, that's what I have here. And then you just go ahead and fold it. Let's move this out the way. Well, let me show you first. And this is the one that I came up with. It goes in there just like the other one. And you're able to flip your pages. And I'm able to add, because I added my tape on the inside, that you peel off, the two-sided tape, and it's on the inside, so I can still put my page in there, or whatever I have that I want to include in there, and glue it down, and it'll be in my book, and it'll turn pages just like the other one. Now, let me show you how I made it. I'm just using this white paper for demonstration purposes. You take a piece of cardstock that is 2.5 inches by 10 inches, and you score it at 1 1/4 inches. Okay. Fold it at your score line. Then you take your pattern, the one that you bought, and line this part here up with the folded part. Now, if you don't have this, it's still kind of simple to make if you just follow my same directions. And you're going to have to just play around with it, because this is like a 1/16 of an inch cut out on the corner here, and then this is about maybe about 1/4 of an inch wide. That you cut out. No, it's about 1/8 of an inch wide that you cut out, and this whole part here is 3/4 of an inch. So what I did was I just paper clip that down so I can trace around it, because there's a little niche cut out of here. It's about 1/16 of an inch thick. Okay, after you get that traced out, then what I do is I have this laminating sheets I've had for a long time. They're clear, heavyweight laminating sheets. And I just took a piece that is 3/4 of an inch wide, and I'm going to put one on each side of this, up towards right at the fold and a little bit past it. And you put that on both sides. Okay, get that down really good. Okay, now you take your scissors and you cut out along your lines that you made. This laminating sheet or whatever you use just gives it a lot of stability, because that area is going to take a lot of folding to get it to go in there and then back and forth. Okay, now you open it up, and down along the bottom part here, you take your double-sided adhesive, whatever size you're going to use. I think mine is half of an inch. Yes. And you're going to put a layer across the bottom of each of the sides. This is what you're going to stick your paper to. Okay, now you're going to take your adhesive, and right here on that little lip part on both sides, you're going to put a little bit of adhesive there, and then down along here, closer to the top but not touching that tape at the bottom. Okay, now fold this back in half and press it all down. And that's it. You have your piece. You can make it out of your decorative paper to match your pages. And let's go back in the book. Let's show. We have, you put it in there and you put it in there, and you have your two-sided tape in here that you're going to pull off when you want to put your whatever sheet or something that you're going to put in. You're going to peel that tape off and put that inside, and it works the exact same way as these that you bought, except now you can coordinate it better with your book that you're, whatever pages that you're doing in your book. Just show a shorter one in there. But you're going to tape these in though. But this is how your pages are going to flip. Or a map that you want to put in there, or whatever you want to add to it in there. You have it all right there for you now. And those are my few little hints that I have to do with the Smash book. And a lot of times with your geotag, you may use that in your Smash book, or you may use that in your Project Life, or on any scrapbook page that you're doing. And those are my few hints that I have for you today. Thank you very much for watching my videos. Bye.